Hi Gemini, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to your reading. Join me while I shuffle, please. Check in with your higher self and guides and ask them to participate and be present here for this reading so that we can bring through messages that are tailored for you and specific to your current situation. Please don't multitask while you're watching this reading. I want to make sure that you make the most out of your time here with me and that you don't miss out on any of the really important messages that your higher self and guides want to pass along to you. So grab some headphones and a cup of tea. And let's take a look now at the general energies available for the sign of Gemini. Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, okay. Clearly money is on your mind at the moment, Gemini. Yeah, there's multiple Pentacles cards in this reading. Yeah. So, with Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck, that right away tells me that at the moment you're quite worried. There's a lot of anxiety, there's tension, there's stress, and you may not be sleeping very well. But what is that anxiety and worry about? Well, for a lot of you, what I see here with this Seven of Pentacles at the heart of the reading, crossed by the Queen of Cups here, you may be worried that your financial planning or the investments that you've made in the past or your business projects or prospects that you've been working on are now all of a sudden in danger, or that there's like a sudden unexpected changes that are going to affect the way that your investments turn out. Ten of Pentacles here in reverse in the outcome position, along with Death and High Priestess also in the outcome position. So there is this energy from you saying like you're afraid that the results of your clever planning and strategic resourcefulness and mindfulness with regard to your financial situation may actually in effect arrive to a loss. That's not what that I'm not saying that is what's happening. I'm just describing here what's on your mind and what your energy field is reading, and it's based on the way you're thinking and feeling right now. So with Death and the High Priestess in the reading here as well in the outcome position, what that's telling me that here is that there is also a need for you to become aware that part of what's happening here is a need for you to perhaps readdress the way you've been providing, is what I'm hearing. The way you're providing, or the way you plan and organize and manage your money and your resources. There's something here about you needing to reevaluate that and perhaps look at whether or not you may have been perhaps untruthful with yourself about how you earn money, how you make money, and how you distribute and facilitate the flow of money. Because you might be finding here that part of what's going on here with this whole turn of events is that you're needing to reassess how relevant your activities are as far as how you create wealth and abundance. How relevant are those activities to your true nature? That's what I see here in this spread. With the Nine of Pentacles in the crowning card position and Eight of Cups at the foundation, this is telling me that actually you're fine. Financially, you're fine. This card is saying you have abundance, you have prosperity, you have independence, and you are quite luxurious in your life, actually. There's no problem about money. But this Eight of Cups in the foundation here is perhaps suggesting that in the unconscious mind, and I kind of already spoke on this anyway, but what's happening here is that you're being urged to find new ways to express yourself that bring about that abundance in ways that are much more authentic. Because you might be finding here with this turn of events that what you've done in the past for in this regard is actually now over, and there's a heartbreak and a pain and a torment that comes with that, perhaps with the Ten of Swords and Three of Swords together here. But what it's really revealing is that maybe what you've been doing is inauthentic to who you are. And that's, I think, what's being addressed here through this shift. So what's interesting in this quadrant, which is describing you and how you see yourself now, you have this Queen of Wands upright with the Three of Wands in reverse. So this is telling me that you need to reassess. Again, basically every quadrant of this reading is saying the same thing, and it's feeding into this two central axes of the reading, which is you need to take time to reassess who you truly are and what direction you want to go in. Because the place you want to arrive at is something that you need to take small steps towards today. But if you continue to just keep moving forward in the direction that you've already been moving in, when you already know that that's not satisfying to you, that's not making you happy, that's not making you feel real or genuine, or it's not making you feel confident, you know, in yourself and who you really are, and it's not making you feel like you're actually tapping the potential of your spirit that's here, then that needs to be addressed. You need to reevaluate the goals that you set for yourself at one time, and start to see yourself with a real, true lens that's very discerning and very free from any delusion and free from any kind of egotistical tendencies or lack thereof, right? So it's both about being honest about what your goals are, true about what your skills are and what you can develop, what you know, like we might all want to be, for example, I don't know, a famous actor, but maybe you can't act. So if it's something that you can work towards, then you need to start to work towards it. But if it's something that you don't innately have in you that could be crafted, then be honest about that. Don't try to continue to seek out roles or not, what's the right word there? Expressions for yourself that are actually not embedded in you already, right? Try to bring out what's genuinely already there, and not try to put on a mask or a front or fake something just because you think it's what would be cool for you or good for you, and actually it's not in any way in alignment with your soul's purpose, with your original blueprint. Okay? What else is here? It's interesting that you have Death and the Ten of Swords in your reading, indicating that there is clearly a very big closure here, or a shift coming. If you haven't experienced it already, this kind of energy is coming in where there's definitely some kind of point of closure. There's 2 tens in reverse here in the reading, as well as the Death card. So definitely some closing out of cycles. Now you have 8 of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords in reverse. I kind of already touched on this with regard to what talents and gifts you actually have that are genuine to your essential nature, that you can bring out and start to cultivate through practice, through discipline, through education, and through patience, right? That might mean that you need to change direction from something that you have been doing that maybe has not been in real alignment with your true nature. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Right, 9 of Swords, World reverse, 5 of Cups, and Star. That's interesting. I basically covered this now in what I've just said, but what it's saying here is, okay, you have anxiety because there's some changes happening suddenly and unexpectedly that are really affecting your sense of security and wellness. But as I said, having this 9 of Pentacles here in the crowning card position of the reading is very encouraging, and it tells me that actually you don't really have to worry about money. You don't really have to worry about money. You're actually very well taken care of. Not only are you quite independent and self-sufficient, I also feel that there is a sense of resourcefulness within you that's not even about actual money or cash. It's about your ability to adapt and proceed forward and find your way in circumstances that might be difficult or challenging. So I'm not worried about you as far as your actual money. This is more about your progression as a spiritual seeker and how you are choosing to rise up to the challenge that you're facing now, where you're realizing that maybe you've outrun a certain course of some kind of direction that you've been heading in, and you're realizing it, and it's making you feel a little bit depleted or unhappy or unwell in some ways. And the challenge for you is to seek out your emotional wellness by how you're actually turning and pivoting and changing direction to move into some kind of new channel, a new avenue of your soul's journey that will help you bring out the next phase of your spiritual development here, and how you can kind of turn things around and turn a loss into an opportunity for you to actually heal and grow and change and liberate yourself a little bit more from the person that you have been, and growing into and becoming the next version of yourself, right? With the Star, there's a lot of healing energy here. There's also innovation. I feel with this energy too, like you're being challenged here to turn adversity into an opportunity, right? How can you kind of work with the factors that are pressing upon you at the moment and turn it into some kind of adventure of entrepreneurialism mixed with innovation and healing, to create something that's well needed and will provide service to others, that solves problems and will also help you express yourself for who you are, and also receive abundance There's a lot of opportunity in this current situation right now, Gemini. I urge you to look closely at the factors that are at play and overcome the tendency to feel despondent, to feel anxious, to be worried, to overthink things, to feel pain, to feel shock, to feel trauma. You need to rise above all of that and look at how you can solve a problem. How can you use your creativity, your gifts, your talents, your skills, your resources to solve a problem that will not only right the course of your own direction but help a lot of other people as well. That's what's here for you in this circumstance. All right, let's check over here, but I feel that's it. There's like, okay, so there's 2 8s in this reading, there's 2 9s, there's 2 10s, there's 2 7s, okay, 2 3s. What's that telling me? Well, the 2 3s here are telling me that you need to work with your mind, body, spirit, like the totality of who you are, to see how you can channel healing energy into the situation to kind of find the opportunity that's there in a way that's with integrity and wholeness and clarity and creativity. 7s, 8s, and 9s are telling me you're closely arriving to the end of a cycle, if not already here, right? There's all this like closure energy, endings. You have the world here as well. The world is still in reverse, so it means you haven't quite closed it out, because until you understand from a really universally wise perspective what the actual forces are that you're dealing with, instead of coming from this place of like, poor me, this is devastating, how am I going to handle this, what am I going to do now, until you can come out of that energy and actually rise above the circumstances and come from a place of ultimate wisdom and knowledge and trust, then you'll be able to close out the cycle that's going on here and come at this situation from a very empowered, creative, intuitive place. Alright, High Priestess in reverse here at the end of this reading is telling me this is really important for you to really be fucking honest, as always, but be really honest here about what is actually your genuine nature, what is actually yours to move ahead and claim, and what is it that you need to let go of. Like, what attachments do you have to certain kinds of safe and secure ways that you've been perhaps operating, whether this is in regard to how you earn money or not. Money is just an, what do you call that? A symbol of energy. So it could actually be about actual money, but it's more about the energy of how you operate in the world, how you see yourself, how you reciprocate, how generous are you, how open are you, how creative are you, what are your real talents, who am I really, who am I really, what is the part of me that needs to be expressed in this next part of the journey that I'm opening up into, what part of my nature that I have been presenting to other people until now can kind of like just step off into the background now, and as I start to cultivate and develop this other energy that I'm feeling is more needing to be expressed. Okay? Alright, I feel that is more or less it for this reading. I'm trying to keep these readings a little bit more succinct. I said a lot just there. I would suggest you watch that again because there was a lot of information packed into that little 14-minute reading. So from here, we're going to go ahead now and take another deck. This is I have the Voyager deck here. I'm going to do another spread called the Higher Octave, using the same holographic mandala spread that I'm using here. And if you're interested in this reading, you can go ahead and click the link in the description below to go ahead and watch that one. But I want to shuffle the cards together with you and lay them down so you can see what they are, and then if you're interested you can go ahead and click through. So please join me while I shuffle. Send your energy into the deck so I can get really clear messages for you. The Higher Octave Reading is designed to share a little bit more insight in what may be happening on a karmic and spiritual level, and hopefully your guides and higher self could present some practical wisdom, insight and advice on how to best work with those energies to make the most out of your current situation. So let's take a look. 3 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So another 3. We had 3 of Wands, 3 of Swords in this reading. Now there's the 10 of Pentacles again. Same card that we had here in the outcome. In this reading it's also in reverse. 9 of Swords. That's this card. 9 of Swords is the crossing card. 5 of Swords is the in reverse crowning card. The Lovers in the unconscious mind. There's the World card again. It's in the past. It's the same card we had here. 7 of crystals, 7 of swords, that is. 5 of wands, so 2 5s now in this reading. And you had the 5 of cups before. Sage of crystals in reverse. Hierophant. The Fool. Interesting. With the Man of Wands in reverse. There's the Star again. 9 of Pentacles reversed. And here's the Sun reversed. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this reading here now. Thank you so much for watching. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. I hope you found some things in there you can work with. If that resonated with you and you want a little bit more information, you want to see what this higher octave reading is about, then click the link in the description box and I'll see you over there. If not, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.